I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. Well, I'm on my way to the hospital again for another encounter with Flash Gordon's ray gun to have radiation therapy. This will be my third time today. So far, so good. I felt nothing yesterday on my second visit. I want to read to you from Revelation chapter 2. In the letter to the church at Pergamos, he says, to the angel, which I consider to be the pastor, of the church in Pergamos write, These things saith he which hath the sharp sword with two edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is. Pergamos was the site of the altar of Zeus, a throne of Zeus. Now Zeus in Greek mythology bears the same title in Rome as Jupiter. And he was the king of the gods, having overthrown his father, Saturn, or Kronos, in the battle of the giants. Now, high overlooking, on a hilltop overlooking the city of Pergamos, was this altar to Zeus. And this altar had frescoes in stone around the base of it of that battle of the Titans and the Olympians, the battle of the giants, wherein Jupiter or Zeus became the king of the gods. And there was a temple of Zeus there, and so the front porch with its fresco and its Greek colonnaded design, was one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. At least it was highly regarded as one of the most popular places in the Greek Empire. So, God calls Zeus Satan, and his throne a seat in our King James Version of the Bible. Well, all that to say this. Zeus also had a chariot, and his charioteer was none other than Victoria, or the goddess of victory. You can see her golden statue there, high atop a colonnaded spire, something similar to one of the obelisks of ancient Egypt, except this one is round and it's got these columns going up around it. Anyway, what I'm going to tell you is when Barack Obama went to Berlin and gave his speech on foreign policy before he became president of the United States, last summer he stood beneath this statue of Victoria and spoke to the tremendous crowds there. But he did not face directly the crowds. He faced a little to his left, their right. They were over here to his right. He was facing directly toward the museum in Berlin where the altar of Zeus is located. And he spoke beneath the statue of the charioteer who drove Zeus's chariot. Here she is atop the Brandenburg Gate. You can see her driving four horses, and it's kind of interesting that they, play along with the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Zeus being named in chapter 2 of Revelation, again his son Apollo. In chapter 9 of Revelation, we have these four horsemen of the apocalypse in chapter 6. And one of them is a pale horse. There's one white, one red, one black, and one pale. Well, all these are pale green horses, all four of them. By the way, notice that Victoria has the wings of an angel. She's a fallen angel. She is the driver of Zeus's chariot, Satan's chariot, shall we say. So, what I wanted to show you was our president stood beneath Victoria's statue because he wanted to go to the Brandenburg Gate and they wouldn't let him. So he went to the next best thing, the statue of the woman who was driving Zeus's chariot above the Brandenburg Gate. And he was facing toward this museum where the altar of Zeus has been set up. Now, it was in the 1880s, I think it was, when the German archaeologists went to Pergamos and dismantled the ruins, took them to Berlin, built this huge Museum and reconstructed the seat of Satan, the altar of Zeus. Now I want you to notice the colonnades, the Greek columns, and over here the Greek columns, and out here. And if you'll notice down here, you can see a small picture of it. This is the, shall we say, a small model. This is the real thing. And you can see the frescoes of the statues on either side down along the bottom where it depicts the great battle of the giants. Now, I want you to notice along the ceiling here the Greek design, okay? Because 5 weeks later, when Barack Obama gave his speech in the stadium of the Broncos, Denver Broncos in Denver, Colorado, he had a duplicate or a replica made of this altar of Zeus for his platform. So he gave his acceptance speech from a platform replica of the altar of Zeus. If you'll notice the Greek columns here and how it comes out here and here, just as it does here and here in this in the original. In his duplicate, he matches it quite nicely. You can see the same Greek frescoes around the top, just as we see them along the top of this. I mean, it is remarkable. Now, also what I want to tell you is the Denver Broncos have a mascot. It is a horse. It is a white horse. So, just to Barack Obama's left, just over the scoreboard, you can see the statue of this bigger-than-life size horse. It's a white horse, rearing up on its hind legs with its front feet pawing in the air. And his name is Thunder. He's an Arabian white stallion named Thunder. Listen again to chapter 6 of Revelation. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. That's his name. The horse's name is Thunder. So here we are told that John heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, and one of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse. Isn't that remarkable? A white horse. And he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given to him. He is now the President of the United States. President Barack Obama. A crown was given to him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Now, I cannot tell you that Barack Obama is the man on the white horse. All I can tell you is when he gave his acceptance speech, he had a replica of the altar of Zeus behind him, and to his left was the white horse Thunder. Fascinating. I'm J.R. Church. We'll see you again tomorrow with our analysis of the news.